number clearly marked on the documentation. Members of the public cannot speak to staff members that are seated at the tables with microphones during the meeting. If you have questions, please see the staff member located in the back of the auditorium. All speakers will be limited to 2 minutes to make their presentation statements. Everyone, please turn off all cell phones or place them on vibrate during the meeting. If you must take a call, please leave the meeting area and go outside to have your conversation. We also ask the audience to refrain from talking with one another during the presentations and discussions. Today, the Planning and Zoning Commission will hear public testimony and then forward a recommendation to the Board of Supervisors. Everyone attending the meeting is asked to remember that the administrative building and campus are tobacco-free areas, which means no smoking is allowed from curb to curb. No food or drinks are allowed in the auditorium except for bottled water. If there are any items remaining on the agenda, the Commission will break for lunch for 1 hour per the Chairman's discretion.
Items with a recommendation made by this commission will be heard at the Board of Supervisors meeting on Monday, June 1st at 9:30 a.m. in this same location with the exception of any continued items. I'd now like to approve the minutes for the April 8th, 2026 Planning and Zoning Commission meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Unopposed. Item 1, Robert.
Item 1 is an evaluation of a request for a rezone of a portion of Assessor's Parcel Number 402-19004 from CRE 36A Commercial Recreation 36-acre minimum lot size zone to an AR Agricultural Residential Zone to allow for a minor land division in the scenic vicinity. Staff finds the application is proper for consideration with standard conditions.
Opening the public hearing, item 1 applicant was going to be on Teams but is not listed and they were available to speak. Does any of the commissioners have questions for staff regarding this item? Hearing none, I would like to close the public hearing and entertain a motion on item 1.
Make a motion to approve with normal staff recommendations.
We have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Item 2, Drew.
Agenda item 2 is an evaluation of a request for a special use permit for Assessor's Parcel Number 404-19170 to allow for a 125-foot wireless communication cell tower in an AR Agricultural Residential Zone in the Centennial Park vicinity. We have received 10 letters of opposition. Staff finds the application proper for consideration with standard conditions.
Thank you. Opening the public hearing, the applicant is on Teams and available for questions. Do any of the commissioners have questions for the staff or the applicant regarding this item?
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. So ultimately, I think my biggest question, there was quite an outcry with the location of this, and in fact, I think 2 years ago we denied this, all exact same tower. So, and interesting enough, we did approve one a few miles south of this. So why is this important? Why is it important at this location?
I wasn't here for the one 2 years ago. I know locations change. This one, I believe, closes a gap that they have in coverage. I'm not familiar with the other one south of here, though.
Well, it just seems, I mean, you know, obviously the opposition is for aesthetics and all of the issues that are of a concern.
Yeah.
But it seems like there should be maybe a better location. I don't know if you've looked at other locations. I mean, like I say, 2 years ago we denied one that was 1,000 feet away. So I'm surprised this is coming back.
Yeah, I mean, the location's driven by technical requirements. The wireless coverage depends on elevation terrain and kind of proximity to the gap area. Locations, they were evaluated, but I guess they failed to close the gap or just weren't feasible for an RF standpoint.
Okay. I mean, like I say, we just approved a tower. I don't really feel like that we should have a tower every 2 miles. That seems like an overreach, but I'm not a professional. But seems like you can maybe this is for staff, but doesn't the county have a third party option to look at these towers and see if there's a use, if this is the best location, if the other tower has an equal ability, or if there's other better locations?
Chairman Hassett, Commissioner Bradshaw, the county did procure a third-party reviewer for a previous cell phone tower. I'm off the top of my head, I'm not positive if that's an ongoing contract or if that was a one-time situation. We'd have to look into that. But that was something that we've done for a previous cell phone tower.
Well, I know that like I say, with all of the backlash, pushback on this, I would certainly like to postpone this and find out if the county could look at this and see if this is the best location, or if there's actually a better location and maybe a combined use on that existing tower, and how, I don't think we should just arbitrarily just approve whatever comes here. And this is one that I would like to look further into.
So is that a motion or, well, hold on. A quick question for staff. The item that you said that you had a third party put their input in on a cell tower, but not this one, why was it done on a previous? And is this something that this commission can opt to require on all cell phone towers and make the applicant pay? Verizon can foot the bill.
Chairman Hassett, so the previous one was a cell phone tower that the Board of Supervisors requested that third-party review of it, determine the site feasibility, and so that's why it was done on that one, because it came at the direct request of the Board of Supervisors. I believe we could do that. I mean, a lot of times the cell phone tower companies that are applying for these have their own RF engineers that are able to do that same analysis as a third party would. So if there's specific questions that we'd like answered, we could put those on the applicant for them to have their engineers take a look at and provide information back to the commission. Or I suppose if it's something that we're as staff are sending out to a third party, I believe that we would have to pay that third party engineer to do that because they have the one of their own already.
The denial that you're referencing isn't the same parcel, the same tower provider, right? You're just saying that one was denied.
No, it is the same tower provider, different parcel, 1,000 feet different in location.
How far do these things reach? What's the closest tower to this?
Well, you're asking the wrong guy on that one.
I know that there is one over the hill, and it is about 3 miles north, and then the one that we just approved is visible from this location, and it is about 3 miles south. So it seems I don't know. I don't know if you need a tower every 3 miles. That's my problem. But I certainly don't think we need a tower in this location. Unless it proves out to be this is the exact, precise, only possibility. And I just don't buy it.
So with that being said, does the applicant...
I have a couple questions for you guys. So you have a tower that you supposedly approved 3 miles south. Has it been built? Has a permit been issued? Have they withdrawn? What's the situation on that one?
It is constructed. It is actual, visible, and in place. It's a 165-foot tower.
And it's south of here, and you know who the provider is, or the tower owner is?
No idea.
Okay, because I didn't see it in the maps, but in any case, yeah, I mean, I can't speak for how far the towers need to be apart. Typically, it is a couple miles depending on the height. I would agree to propose to postpone this if possible, and maybe discuss and figure out where a better solution would be, if any. And like you guys said, to have an RF engineer from your side do it probably wouldn't be feasible because Verizon, like you said, kind of has their own, and it'd be pretty much the same type of report, and they would just do it on their own rather than have you guys pay someone to do something like that. So that's just my endpoint at this point. I didn't see any of the opposition until yesterday, so I wasn't aware of it until last night.
Sir,
So, oh yes, sir.
can I make a motion?
1 moment. So this question, or this statement's for the applicant. You just now have a chance to review the letters of opposition regarding this item.
Yeah, I got them last night. Haven't seen them since.
So given the concern that some of the commissioners have, I'd like to, if you would accept this, I'd like to close the public hearing and entertain a motion regarding some stipulations to continue. And then that gives you an opportunity to not only review the opposition, but also get with your engineers to provide maybe some more adequate data for the application.
Yeah, I mean, I can provide whatever you guys, want, stipulations and stuff, if you can send them to me. But yeah, I was pretty taken back. I mean, I asked if there was any opposition a couple of times, and then I didn't get anything till last night. And I think some of these were even drafted a week ago from people, so.
I understand. So I'm going to go ahead and close. If there's nothing else that you'd like to add, I'm going to go ahead and close the public hearing and then entertain a motion on this item, and then that way it'll give you an opportunity to regroup.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that
I would
sounds
like to
fine.
move,
I would agree.
that we
Thank you.
continue this item until we have some further information, either from the Verizon engineers that say that this is the only and best location for equipment, for this equipment particularly, not just because it's convenient, not just because there might be a convenient power source and a convenient source of data, but is this truly the best location? And show us in a report that this is, and that there isn't a better location in that area.
Was your motion similar to that, Commissioner Hubbard?
No, it was, mine was to deny.
Oh,
I
okay.
wanna, we could,
So, hold on, wait, I'm sorry. We have one motion on the table, which is
Yeah.
to continue
Second.
with stipulations, correct?
yeah, I wanted to add a stipulation to make, if it's is it necessary? Find out if it's necessary to come for coverage.
Yeah, I think that's covered in my statement.
Agreed. So we have a first and a second.
Chairman Hassett,
Yes.
we would just request that the motion continue it to a specific meeting, whether that's next month's meeting or 2 months' meeting, however much time you want to give the applicant to get that information, just so that we have a specific date to bring it
Okay.
back.
This question is for the applicant. How much time do you need to go through the opposition and prepare additional engineering?
When's your next hearing date?
Every month, second Wednesday.
Second Wednesday, so the
Second
10th.
Wednesday. So the 10th would be the next one. Can we go for the 10th, and if I can't get what I need by then, we push it to the next month? I need to talk to all them. I mean, everybody's got a schedule, so.
Understood. That's fine. Thank you. So you can revise
Yeah,
your
so we'll
motion.
continue it to the following meeting, the next meeting on June 10th.
Thank you.
Okay. We have a first and a second. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Motion carries. Continue to the 10th.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 3, Vicky.
Agenda item 3 is an evaluation of a request for a special use permit for assessor's parcel number 402-32184 to allow for additional time for the completion of Board of Supervisor Resolution 2021-145, allowing for an RV park in an AR zone in the Littlefield vicinity. During the development of this RV park, the property was sold. New owner has been working on meeting these resolution requirements since property purchased and has finished resolution requirements. Planning staff are ready to approve the RV park application pending the special use permit application approval. We have received one letter of opposition. Staff finds the application proper for consideration with standard conditions.
Thank you very much. Opening the public hearing, the applicant is present and on Teams and available for questions. Do any commissioners have questions for the applicant or staff regarding this item?
Just a quick
sir.
question. So, so this is ready to approve, so it's gone through staff.
Chairman Hassett, Commissioner Bradshaw, yes, that is correct. The difficulties we had was with the applicant, the Public Works required in granting of a roadway easement, and that took quite some time. So now that has been done. That was the final thing we were waiting for, but in the process, the resolution was ready to expire, so we had to do an extension.
They're just looking for an extension.
Right.
That's it. Okay. Good? Further questions for the applicant or staff regarding this item? Hearing none, I'd like to close the public hearing and entertain a motion on item 3.
Move to approve with staff recommendations.
Second.
We have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Item carries. Item 4, Joseph.
Item number 4 is an evaluation of a request for a rezone of assessor's parcel number 402-77-007T from an AR-10A agricultural residential 10-acre minimum lot size zone to an AR agricultural residential zone to allow for a minor land division in the scenic vicinity. Staff finds the application proper for consideration with standard conditions.
Thank you very much. Opening the public hearing. Is the applicant present? Do you wish to speak at this time? Not present. Any commissioners have questions for the staff regarding this item? Okay, hearing none, I'd like to close the public hearing and entertain a motion on item 4.
Make a motion to approve with staff recommendation.
We have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Item carries. Item 5, Vicky.
Agenda item 5 is an evaluation of a request for a rezone of assessor's parcels numbers 402-20005 and 402-20187 from an RE10A residential recreation 10-acre minimum lot size zone to an AR agricultural residential zone to allow for minor land division in the scenic vicinity. Staff finds the application proper for consideration with standard conditions.
Thank you very much. Opening the public hearing. Is the applicant present? Do you wish to speak at this time? Not present, not available. Any questions for staff from commissioners? Hearing none, I'd like to close the public hearing and entertain a motion on item 5.
I'll move that we adopt item number 6 per staff recommendations.
5.
It's 5.
5, not 6.
We have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Item 6, Vicky.
Agenda item 6 is an evaluation of a request for a rezone of assessor's parcel number 120-01062 from an RE 36A residential recreation 36-acre minimum lot size zone to an M2 general manufacturing zone to allow for a warehouse distribution center in the Lake Havasu vicinity. We have received 3 letters of opposition and 3 letters of support. Staff finds the application proper for consideration with standard conditions.
Thank you very much. Opening the public hearing. The applicant is present. Come on down. You've got some time yielded to you by Mr. Oxley and Mr. Runyon. Is that correct?
Mr. Oxley, Mr. Runyon would like to speak.
Oh, okay. My apologies. Go ahead, sir.
And I'll be brief. I'm sorry. John Gall for APX West, Lake Havasu North, 2278 McCulloch Boulevard, Lake Havasu City, Arizona, 86403. I'm sorry I neglected to take the flu shot, and I'm paying the price for that now, so forgive my voice. I'd like to talk a little bit about the project. APX West, Lake Havasu North, purchases from state lands, 632 acres, with a vision to develop it into a large portion north of Lake Havasu behind the shops to serve the community. During that time, we were approached by a national e-commerce center that distribution logistics that wanted to go in immediately. That's why we're here before you. But the group APX West, you probably know them from DL Ranch in Havasu Heights, a 900 lot subdivision that they've just about finished phase 1. We've got it sold to Century Complete, a national home builder that will put the homes in a $320,000 to $350,000 range, which the Lake Havasu community needs for working. And also they're doing a project in the Havasu foothills called Trinity, which is almost 280 homes or luxury homes that they're building the horizontal and vertical development. They've sold out phase 1 recently, and they're starting phase 2. Those homes are in the $1 to $2 million plus price range. And that brings us to this project here. Currently, the project's being used on the handout that I gave you as a millings yard for the county. And that was done under the state land provisions, and the county's asked us to allow them to remain there for a period of time while we're constructing the new facility. The project represents a strategic opportunity to modernize an existing industrial site and strengthen our regional supply chain. For additional context, please review the presentation materials, letters of support, and traffic impact study provided to you. Additionally, we held a public meeting regarding this project on May 5th at the Viewpoint Estates Clubhouse, and we didn't have anybody attend except Robert from the staff. First and foremost, the proposals about optimizing the already disturbed land. Currently, 64.5 acres of Phantom Drive and London Bridge Road serves as a county pit utilized to store asphalt tailings. To shift from this present use to our proposed use is truly transformative. Rather than encroaching on the pristine desert land, we are taking a legacy public utility site with intermittent operations and transforming it into a productive, modernized commercial hub. The economic footprint outweighs the operational footprint. We have low water use. Each site is projected to use only 3 acre-feet of water per year with zero escaping. Managed traffic, they went ahead and had Greenlight Associates, who's a statewide traffic analysis, do a truck count for us, and we're averaging between 175 and 177 vehicles a day. They're putting an interior road in between the parcel to service those two distribution centers, which would be 84-foot wide and should be able to help relieve some of the traffic on Fathom Drive. And it's going to create mid-level management and other high-paying workforce, which the Lake Havasu area needs because they currently only have service jobs and construction-related jobs. We need to finally bridge the distribution gap. We have a letter of support from the shops that's immediately adjacent to this parcel. And as you know, they have been transforming that property from a commercial retail center into more of a professional medical center. And that's a direct reflection of everybody enjoying e-commerce. And we have a huge distribution gap to service the Lake Havasu area, and this was the only site that we could get. Mr. Angelo Rinaldi, the developer of Viewpoint Estates, supports the project. He's also going to do another phase of Viewpoint Estates on this parcel, and also the Partner for Economic Development. So I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you very much. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Lynn.
Are you aware that that is a wash?
Yeah, we've hired Bowman and Associates. We're just about done with the total drainage and grading report for the entire site. So we're aware of where the channels are and the flows. And recently, for example, we just completed the last phase of Viewpoint Estates in Lake Havasu area, which is just immediately to the south of this. And the flows that were originally projected were 950 cubic feet, and now it's down to 280. So they've modeled the whole site. This team of APX, Mr. Oxley and Mr. Runyon, have spent quite a bit of money modeling all this and taking the flows. We're applying for our CLOMAR, LOMAR as well, and we'll make sure everything is out of the flood zone.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions for Mr. Gall?
I have.
Go ahead, sir.
Did you look out around 40 for another location?
We were approached after we purchased this for this location. We weren't the end users that were going to be doing it. They looked within Lake Havasu City. They couldn't find a suitable location. And they, wow, I'm getting beeped today. And they looked elsewhere as well. But this was the closest that would serve to the airport in Lake Havasu, and also Highway 95, and serve as their regional center, not a larger distribution center like Tipton and Golden Valley.
So you're going to have a commercial airline come in for there's no railhead or anything there, so how are you going to supply this place?
I'm assuming they will, as well as some truck transport coming in. It's a national company. We're under a non-disclosure agreement. We can't tell you who it is.
We've been told that for 30 years, so we don't have anything else.
Yeah, understood. But they are a brand probably everybody uses daily, and that's what they approached us to.
What are you going to do with the contaminants in this pit?
Actually, we're negotiating with Director Letowski and Sergio at Public Works. Mr. Gunderson's been involved, as well as the county attorney. They're either going to remove those tailings, or we're going to utilize them potentially for improving the roads.
So you're going to try to get Public Works to remove the contaminants for you?
No, that's their contaminants. They're using the land right now. They're going to lease it from us for a short period of time. It's their tailings. They've used it for improvements on 95 and other areas, so They're looking for another site to relocate. We told them they could stay there for a period of time, but they also, on our last conversation, asked us if we would be interested in using those for our
How
improvements.
are you gonna get to 95? You're behind the shops, you're gonna, where are you gonna come through the shops up to 95 so you can get to 40?
No, we're close to London Bridge Road North, where there's an intersection and improvement there on 95. And we're fully aware that we're going to have to improve as this development builds out. We're going to have to do significant improvements to London Bridge Road.
Where are you gonna find the people to work there?
The end user, I believe, already has them, so they're,
They can't even hire people to go work anywhere.
I know, I understand. Well, hopefully, if the DL Ranch project goes, we will have affordable housing. that
Realize
people
that's
can
not
live
my
in.
job. Okay, I'm finished right now.
Got a
Yes, sir.
if possible. You had mentioned, in relation to the floodplain, you were going to go ahead and get your Clomar and Lomar in place with FEMA.
Correct.
Has that process already started?
Yes, it has.
Okay.
The drainage and grading plan, as we mentioned, we modeled everything from the shops. We got the current flows from the drainage culverts from the city, which are in the shops, and as well as the others, and we've modeled it all. The grading and drainage plans are done. So we're just making the application, should be in by the end of this month for the Clomar Lomar.
Okay, so FEMA and/or their consultants haven't had a chance to look at anything for the Clomar yet?
Correct.
Okay, got it. All right, thank you.
You bet.
Any other questions for Mr. Gall? Nope. Thank you, sir. I'd like to bring up Mr. Runyon. And then may I also have Chet Upshaw, Emily Vana, and Harmony Rowley to those front seats right here, please? Go ahead, sir.
Good morning. I'm just here to answer any questions. I'm Dustin with Apex West. John did a phenomenal job going over the entire project, so if you guys have any questions, I'm
Yeah,
here
thank
to
you for
answer.
being so prepared. Appreciate that, Mr. Gall. Do you have any other questions for this portion of the applicant? If not, I'm good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chairman.
Mr. Upshaw? Oh, I'm sorry. Can you wait till you get to the podium and name and address, please? Thank you, sir.
My name is Chet Upshaw, 1040 Fathom Drive in Crystal Beach. This is not really the county doesn't really use this as a milling site. It's a transfer for trucks for gravel right now. And it's a small portion of the 680 or 640 acre site. This would be the worst place to put a warehouse distribution center. You come over the highway, you look down on the beautiful lake, Lake Havasu, and what do you have right there? A warehouse distribution site. It would be very unsightly. The Highway 95 is already overstressed now. You've got people coming in on the weekend, they're in a hurry to get to Lake Havasu, it'll be more reckless passing, and it's just the worst place for a site ever. And you're going to have all these trucks waiting to load and unload. And like I said, this is the first thing you see when you come into Lake Havasu City. There are many more places, better places to put this out by I-40. You know, and Fathom Drive is just a 2-lane residential, and so is London Bridge Road. It's just a terrible place to put this. I can't reiterate anymore. Just because you own a piece of property, you should not be able to just change the zoning any way you want it. There should be something good-looking going in there. This is even before the Welcome to Lake Havasu sign. There should be houses, something else should go in there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I hear your concerns about traffic, and I would encourage maybe you want to talk to Mr. Gall at the end of the meeting. I'm sure he'd be happy to share the information with you.
My suggestion would be sell that property and buy something out on I-40 where they have railroad tracks and easy on and off access to I-40.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, sir.
Levana?
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Emily Vona. My address is 1077 Fathom. It's about a third of a mile from where they're looking to destroy our property out there. Last summer, I purchased property on Fathom and I built a home. My family and I moved in just about 8 months ago. I moved from Central Lake Havasu to Fathom Drive because of the peace, the isolation, and the quiet that that area currently provides for us. This end of town is for families with horses and with chickens. We purposely live away from city traffic, from city smells, from city noise. No one out there wants construction like that or wants traffic like that. None of us want a warehouse at the end of our neighborhood. Please understand, Fathom is just one road. It is the only access road any of us have to my house. It's the only access road to Crystal Beach area, the only access road to Castle Rock, and the only access road to the nature preserve. This lot is about a half of a mile from the Havasu National Wildlife Refuge. The refuge is a major stopover of the Pacific Flyway, which is a path that all these migratory birds take from Alaska down to South America and back. This land supports thousands of species of migratory birds, a lot of who are endangered. The increased noise, the light pollution, the traffic is going to disrupt the ecosystem and threaten these habitats. It's also important land for the humans of Lake Havasu. It's one of the few areas that isn't overpopulated, overbuilt, over noisy. It's a very popular area for kayaking and for hiking. That pit that they call it is about the size of your parking lot out here. There's a handful of trucks that go in a couple times a month. That's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Harmony Rowley. Ma'am, you can go sit down after. Those are just for seating. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Harmony Rowley, and I split my time in Havasu between two residences, one at 1077 Fathom Drive and the other at 4750 London Bridge Road. I moved to Lake Havasu over 10 years ago, fell in love with the lake and the scenery and all the jazz. I'm asking you today to vote no on this for a number of reasons. This rezoning, this land was meant to be for a rural filling with parks and outdoor recreation, trails, that sort of thing for families. And now it's being changed to something that is the polar opposite. I have concerns about the environmental impact. It's very close to the refuge, like she said, and access. London Bridge Road is a disaster. I drive it every day, and I drive a Fiat, and if you know what that feels like in those potholes, I cannot fathom what constant semi-truck traffic is going to do to that road. When they are working on the 95, we can't even get out of our neighborhood half the time. So I'm just asking for you to consider the environmental impact on this.
Thank you very much for your time. No one else has signed up to speak on this item. Do any commissioners have questions or comments? Questions for applicant, questions for staff regarding this item?
I have a question for applicant.
Applicant, Mr. Gall.
Chair Hassett, Commissioner Morse.
Yes, I know the history of this parcel and the acquisition from the state for it. How is the rest of the parcel going to dovetail with this proposed zoning?
Well, thank you for asking. Again, the existing use was industrial that the county is using it for now, so we don't feel this is a change from the current condition. But we've got Viewpoint Estates acquired 100 acres of the 632 North Point development that they will be expanding. They've just finished phase 3 there, and they're going to be developing, it's going to be called the Estates at Castle Rock. It's going to be a different name. We already know that Northview Drive that feeds that and London Bridge Road are going to need significant improvements. We're aware of that. And then we're looking at coming before you next month, or an application this month. It'll be in June, July, August, for a residential subdivision in there, about 300 homes. And then the portion that on the east side of London Bridge Road that abuts the shops, the vision is, and they might be upset with me for sharing that, is to do a mixed-use district with hotels, sprouts, all sorts of other uses, kind of a athletic lifestyle community, walkable, that Lake Havasu currently doesn't have because of the constraints they have in the nexus of the city. So the goal is that the portion to the east of London Bridge Road would be developed into an entertainment type district there, where people could come enjoy and recreate. The rest of it would be built out around this parcel into some sort of residential uses. And again, they don't want to do anything that's going to diminish their property values or impact the negatively. If we felt that this project was going to cause hazardous wastes or interfere with migratory birds, we certainly wouldn't have done that. And if you look at the cover of the presentation I gave you, that's an existing warehouse distribution center in Bullhead City on Laughlin Ranch Road. That parcel is 60,000 square feet. We're proposing two 40 to 50,000 square foot parcels that are going to be partially hidden from Fathom Road because of the grading. And again, the access will probably come off of London Bridge Road on the new interior road we're going to build to service them. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, that helps. I mean, a lot of people are thinking, at least I think they are thinking that this is the only thing they're going to see there. There's going to be more, and there's going to be a community developed around it. And I'm sure you're doing all the screening and visible screening and whatnot with the commercial or with the manufacturing portion that would be consistent with the neighborhood that you're developing.
Absolutely. It wouldn't be an eyesore. It would be a lot better than looking at a pile of tailings, I can assure you that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question.
Sure.
So when you're talking about houses as well as this in the future,
Correct.
is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what the prices of those houses are going to be?
Probably in the 380 to 390. We're focused on workforce housing right now. Obviously, they're building custom homes themselves up in the foothills, and this is going to be a workforce housing. The Viewpoint Estates, Mr. Rinaldi's group will be more luxury homes on that portion. It'll probably be 250 homes there on 100 acres he purchased. But we're focused on more workforce housing there, and then that entertainment district, community district is going to be the big draw there.
And you're thinking that these houses would be sold to the workers of Lake Havasu?
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully families and workers that work there or the county. A lot of people are driving from Fort Mojave down because they can't afford to live in Lake Havasu.
Well, my other question is, are you going to put in a stipulation that one person can't buy a lot of the houses?
Like a rent-to-own or a hedge fund? Probably would look at that in the HOA. We haven't thought of that, but thank you for bringing that up. That's a very good point.
Well, Lake Havasu is in dire need of housing for people who work there.
Absolutely.
In the hospital, but also in the restaurants and the hotels. And most people, when they do that, they try to furnish houses that are more low price.
Correct.
What happens is investors come in and they buy up the houses, and then they rent them.
Yeah, yeah.
Put us right back in the same place we were in to start with.
I'm sure they heard that, and we can have that internal discussion. That's an excellent idea. Thank you. The other use I forgot to mention was Supervisor Borelli approached us about a veterans center, Marine veterans, not center, but living space. So we're going to donate 10 acres to the state of Arizona for that. And I guess Congressman Gosart's going to fund that. So we're in the process of working that as well. That'll be on the part that's going to be the eastern portion of London Bridge Road. That'll be developed as that mixed use.
And you're going to be able to develop all this property and divert the water that normally would be coming in there?
Yeah, we've like I said, we've already been doing the modeling on that, and the flows coming out of the shops, we have all those numbers from the city. We're doing the grading to accommodate the channeling so we can retain and make sure that we don't interfere with anything that's below us or on the other adjacent properties.
Thank you very much.
You've clearly put a lot of thought into this, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much, as I'm sure the commission does. Regarding the rezoning and item 6, does anyone have any further questions for the applicant? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Gall, don't leave yet. Did you have a further question regarding this?
No, I was just going to make a comment, and good luck with working with your water provider.
They have water. EPCOR is a water provider, and yeah, it's been a struggle. Thank you.
No further questions or comments from commissioners regarding the rezoning for item 6.
I have comments.
Yes, sir.
This area is very unique in the way it is set up. I don't know if some of you are familiar with it or not. This is not a good fit for that area at all.
Duly noted.
Ingress and egress, it doesn't fit. I-40 corridor would be best.
Okay. Oh. I'm sorry?
Someone what?
Anybody else?
Was someone raising your hand to speak? Oh. Hold on, I'm sorry. If you would like to speak, I do need you to come up, name and address for the record. And just please keep in mind, it'd be your comments or your opinions. We can't interact or answer questions. Thank you.
My name is Chet Upshaw, 1040 Fathom Drive. I'm sorry, I'm not a very good speaker. I
you're-
forgot to ask
you're
this.
okay.
An Arizona National Monument runs right through this property, and it hasn't been brought up. The Arizona Peace Trail runs right through this property. There are signs on the road that show it, and it runs right in the easement of this property. You know, and through, basically just through the property. And that hasn't even been brought up. And this is an Arizona National Monument. That's all I had to say. I just forgot to mention it before. Thank you, gentlemen.
Not a problem. Thank you, sir. I'd like to close the public hearing and entertain a motion on item 6.
I'll make a motion that we approve consistent with the staff recommendations.
We have a first.
I'll second.
Sorry, who was it? Oh, yep. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
2. Motion carries. Item 7, Robert.
Agenda item 7 is an evaluation of a request for a rezone of assessor's parcel number 306-23200 from an AR 2A agricultural residential 2-acre minimum lot size zone to an AR agricultural residential zone to allow for a minor land division in the Golden Valley vicinity. Staff finds the application is proper for consideration with standard conditions.
Thank you very much. Opening the public hearing, the applicant is present and available for questions, correct? That's what the note said. Good? Perfect. Thank you. You don't have to come down unless you want to speak. Do you want to speak or just available for questions? Oh, come on down. Your signature thing said available for questions, so my apologies if you wanted to speak.
I'm Donna Kraus with Mojave Engineering here in Kingman, Arizona, representing the property owners, James Swan and Patricia Namila. They bought the property together. They do not have any common interests other than the property. They initially purchased it to hopefully split and have retirement, each of them having their own individual lot. And that time has come. And they have no opposition to any of the staff recommendations for the rezone.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your
Have
time.
any questions?
That was my next part, but thank you for doing that for me. Is there any questions, ma'am? Are there any questions from the commissioner from any commissioners for the applicant regarding this item? No. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Questions, comments from staff? If not, I'd like to close the public hearing and entertain a motion on item 7.
Make a motion to approve with staff recommendation.
First.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Item 8, Joseph.
Item number 8 is an evaluation of a request for a rezone of assessor's parcel number 227-17016 from a R11A single-family residential 1-acre minimum lot size zone to a RE40M residential recreation 40,000 square foot minimum lot size zone to allow for an accessory structure and an RV as a temporary residence in the Fort Mojave vicinity. Staff finds the application proper for consideration with standard conditions.
Thank you very much. Opening the public hearing, the applicant is available on Teams and available for questions. Do any commissioners have questions for the applicant or staff regarding this item? Hearing none, I'd like to close the public hearing and entertain a motion on item 8.
Make a motion to approve the staff recommendations.
I'll second.
We have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Item 9, Drew.
Agenda item 9 is an evaluation of a request for a rezone of assessor's parcel number 208-06017 from a CRE 36A commercial recreation zone to a CMO commercial manufacturing open lot storage zone to allow for open lot storage facility with an awning and shade structures in the Yucca vicinity. Staff finds the application proper for consideration with standard conditions.
Thank you very much. Opening the public hearing, the applicant is present and available for questions, or do you wish to speak? Wait, where'd she go? Oh, did she just step out? Okay, I was going to say, I knew I saw her. Commissioners have any questions for the applicant or staff regarding this item?
I do.
For the applicant? You want to go grab her? Oh, okay. All right. Then,
For staff.
yeah, go for it.
Is this strictly for open lot storage, or is there an intention on manufacturing?
Chairman Hassett, Commissioner Martin, the application specifically mentions the storage aspect. So to our knowledge, that's all that's being proposed.
Kathy. Commissioner Martin was curious if there was going to be any manufacturing or if this is just going to be open lot storage.
This is for Martin Mesner's project.
Yes.
There's going to be manufacturing. I don't think so. I think it's going to be open lot storage, and also there might be a covered space for RV. And in the future, if they have to do manufacturing, I think we have to show it on a site plan. So it's not proposed for that right now.
Good.
Any motion can we stipulate?
You want to stipulate no open lot storage without an additional...
Wait. No, open lot storage?
excuse me, no manufacturing.
Oh.
My apologies.
My God,
Sorry,
that's the only reason
that
we're
was my
doing
fault.
it.
That'd be a question for legal. Commissioner Martin would like to, I assume, make a motion that stipulates in the future if manufacturing is to be considered that they come back for additional permitting or approval.
So you are asking if the stipulation is okay or not, or?
Yeah, can she make a motion with a stipulation to only approve the open lot storage regarding this item?
Yes.
Yes? Perfect. No other questions for the applicant?
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I don't know if that's true. If we make a stipulation on a CMO, commercial manufacturing open space, that no manufacturing is allowed, is there a zoning designation?
Are you planning to do any manufacturing in the?
They are not right now.
Okay, but yeah, this is law. But I mean, that motion is legal.
Okay, then we'll do it.
You're good with that? You want her to come back and ask for if they intend to do manufacturing at a later date?
We'll do it.
That works? Okay. Thank you very much. I'd like to close the public hearing and entertain a motion.
Motion to approve for open lot storage, no manufacturing.
Second. We have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Item 10, Drew.
Agenda item 10 is an evaluation of a request for a rezone of assessor's parcel number 204-45052 from an AR5A agricultural from an agricultural residential 15A agricultural residential 15-acre minimum lot size zone to an AR8A agricultural residential 8-acre minimum lot size zone to allow for a minor land division in the Kingman vicinity. Staff finds the application proper for consideration with standard conditions.
Thank you very much. Opening the public hearing. Is the applicant present? Do you wish to speak at this time or available for questions? Perfect. Commissioners, any questions for the applicant or the staff regarding this item? Hearing none, I would like to close the public hearing and entertain a motion on item 10.
I'll move approval.
Second.
We have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries.
This one.
Prior to getting into item 11, does anyone need to use the restroom or take a 5-minute break? I only say that because there's about, you need to go, you better go now. I only say that because there's about 400 people who want to speak on this. Good? Everybody good? Okay.
Yeah, they're taking a break.
Well, yeah, but we got plenty to go through, so. Oh, that's a lot of people leaving.
The restroom's going to be jammed.
Well, we'll all just, it's fine. Do you need to take a break? Oh. More? Oh, Kathy, on item 11? Yep. Oh, item. Okay, perfect. Item 11, Robert.
Item 11 is an evaluation of a request for a rezone of assessors parcel numbers 354, 38, 034, 035, and 036 from an AR 10A agricultural residential 10-acre minimum lot size zone to a CRE commercial recreation zone to allow for an RV park in the Kingman vicinity. Staff received 22 letters in opposition, a petition with 137 signatures in opposition, 4 letters in support, and a petition with 3 signatures in support. Staff finds the application is proper for consideration with standard conditions.
Thank you very much. Opening the public hearing. Is the applicant present? Do you wish to speak at this time? Do you wish to speak or just available for questions? Yep, come on down. If you have a question, can you direct it to the staff in the back that originally raised their hand? Come on up, name and address and fire away.
Shannon Denmark, and it's 19304 Sorority Row, Apple Valley, California. And this is Stino, and this is Andrew. Andrew's my partner. Stino is architect. What we'd like to do is, I'm not a good speaker either, but so hang in there with me. But the reason why we're doing this is what we want to do. You know, my wife and I travel a lot with our family over the years, and we go RVing all the time. So we own property off of Hidden Valley out there that my wife and I and family will be building a house on right down the street from here. We'll be starting that this next year. And so I love the area. I think it'd be a great spot. It's the last exit out, first exit in of Kingman on the way to Arizona. It's like kind of like the best spot for it. I want to clarify a couple things is this South 40 is named after our family ranch in California. We have horses and cattle and all that stuff. And it has no association with any other South 40 RV park in Arizona. I guess there's one in Utah that we didn't know about. Has no affiliation. Also with this, we're not developers. This is his family and my family. As buddies, we're doing this. That's what we're doing. It's going to take quite a while to build. I'm a contractor. That's what I do. With that being said, I just want to touch on a few things. One big issue is that site plan we did that right first, and it was based off, and he could talk about it more, but it is not going to be mowed down flat. It is not going to be, there will not be that many spaces on this property. We've walked it numerous times now. This is an elaborate RV park. That's what we're after. So we want to keep as much of the contour of the land and the trees, because when it gets back in there, it's really pretty back in there. So we will lose a lot of spots in that so we can keep the natural terrain as much as possible. We will not be interfering with the wash that goes down through there on the southeast. No, the southeast, the northeast corner. Okay.
You're good. Continue.
And we will not be going on the southwest. So on both sides and on the front corner of the parcel, there's also wash. Those trees will not be touched. And as you can see, if we had our map up here, you'll see we're leaving that wash there also. The water, so anything to do with flooding, it will actually help the flooding because we have to retain our water on site of anything that we develop besides the 2 washes, because we will not be changing those. As far as another big concern is the buffer. Unlike on there, we will have on that conceptual site plan, we will have a 50-foot buffer at minimum on both residential sides, which is the east and the south, so we stay away from and that will remain native for the adjacent neighbors. So I don't know how to do that stuff. I don't know. I'm not the computer guy. So, sorry about that.
You're good.
As far as another big concern is fire. We will be putting, we have to meet with the fire department, obviously, and see if it works. When I built Topak down there, the resort down there on the river, we had to put in the water storage for that, a booster pump, and some hydrants in. We will be doing the same thing on there. I think they're going to be wanting about 40,000 to 60,000 gallons. We know this. We will be putting some hydrants on the locations. And we will have an on-site truck, water truck, which we will call our personal fire truck. And there'll be somebody that mans that and trained. Whoever is at that site, we will always have somebody there trained. I don't want a fire either. That's why with the fires, we will not allow any open fire pits, any open flame. It will have to be propane, like a lot of the RV parks are, if they have their little propane thing that they use. Like I said, it's not going to be that condensed because we can't fit it all on that train. As far as the sewer goes, there's been a big concern about that, and I understand all these concerns. That's not what we're after. We want a place that people can just go and it's elaborate and families can have fun. So it'll be a sewer reclamation plant, the same as I did down at Topak. We built it ourselves. I mean, it's approved, obviously. It's not just a homemade thing. So that way, any discharge that happens from that, it's reclaimed water. And we can do it as long as I can work with the county in here. Instead of just putting it out in leach field that's underneath the ground, we'd like to do deep water like we do in California. They call it purple pipe, where you can't have bubblers or sprinklers, but you have in the ground, you have the deep water systems that people can't get to. So that way, any of the landscaping we do, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do drought tolerant. That's why we want to use as much of the landscape there as we can. We want to keep it there. Everything will be, whatever's not concrete, the drives will be concrete, the parking spots will be concrete, and then you'll have a doggy area that's in the middle of the park. We will not put those up by the neighbors. You will have a quiet time as far as any nice RV park. There's going to be strict rules. RVs have to be approved to stay. You have the 10-year policy on there. I'm just going off of what RV parks I've always stayed at. We do a lot of it. And let's see, what else is there? The water and sewer discharge. When you do an RV park, it's a lot less usage on the sewer discharge than a residential, because they don't have toilet bowls and all that, and they don't have the big hot water heaters. It's all self-contained. So, which they will be on hookups. So I'm not trying to make it sound like they don't. As far as water usage goes, if you were to put in a well, the well will be, because I don't want neighbors, I don't want to ruin anybody else's habitat either. So as far as that goes, the well will be substantially away from any of their wells when it's placed in there. We'll do one on phase 1, one on phase 2. And that's how we'll do the water. And if we were to keep this residential and split this up into 10-acre lots, because I know then you're still going to be able to legally build 8 homes on that 40 acres, which is you can put 4 wells for the 8 homes. So I think that does it, and I can let
Andrew. Yeah. All right, Andrew Taylor, address is 5210 West Patrick Lane in Las Vegas. This all started when my friend Shannon had told me he was buying property in Kingman because how beautiful it was, and there was animals and cows and elk and all these things that I didn't know about. And he started to tell me how much he loved the city, and I asked him to find me a property. I have a 6 and a 4-year-old. And we love going to RV parks. We love spending time together. I said, can you find me a property in Kingman? And he found this property where I asked him if he could, if we could make sure there's some residential lots for me to keep to build my own spot. It happened to be right next to this RV park, and it's on the plan, so I can actually have my own property there. And the reason I was interested in this, the town that I grew up in, Shannon and his family are known as some of the best developers for the last 30 years, or contractors for the last 30 years. Everything they do is perfect. He's a perfectionist, and I felt very comfortable to partner on this project for multiple reasons. But one of the main things is investing in a family-friendly place that I would like to take my own family to and create memories. And I have no interest in any investments that have to do with vices. I'm big on spending time with my family, and we think this could be an awesome place. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name's Tom Stino. I'm the architect of the project, and I designed this beautiful thing. Of course, probably denser than it really is will be in real life. We didn't have a topo when we designed it, so I put them side by side like you would on a standard RV park. But once the topo is shot and we locate all the trees on this thing, they're going to space apart. So, but I want to back up a little bit. First of all, I want to talk about the buffering of this project and how we've designed this site. So first of all the access points, there's one, actually two, they're on the outer highway. We are on Interstate 40, as close as we can get to Interstate 40. So we're not up in the hills. We're on a piece of property that should be zoned this type of use, because that's where they're located at, is adjacent to an interstate highway. Roper off-ramp is right there. So again, it's a logical location for an RV resort like this. Interstate, off-ramp, we have the paved outer highway, Dubois, right in front of us, and that's where the main entry is to the project. Have they shown you the site plan? Have you seen the site plan? You haven't seen a site plan?
Well, I mean, just what's attached in the agenda book.
That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, okay, so you have that. So what we did is on that northeast corner there, right at Roper and Dubois, so there's a drainage cutting right through there. So we started the project behind that drainage. And I don't know if you saw the video or not, up on that front corner right there, the northeast corner, we're doing an embellishment with farm implements, a windmill, some silos, tractor stuff. It's very country. The whole feel of this project is a very country style of project. The architecture of the buildings are kind of a country style, very rural looking. And so what we have is we have an entry gate to this project that says the South 40. If that name changes, well, we'll debate that when it comes. But the perimeter of this project is completely buffered. We're going to put a color-coded chain link, which sets back from that road probably 50 feet. So if you drive down Roper, you're going to feel like, well, that property line is truly 50 feet back from that road, and that's where the actual property line begins. And then we put another 25 feet of landscaping to buffer it even further. This project, it's a large project to do. You can't do something like this, at least, these guys, at one time. That's why the goal is to do it in two phases. So the project will start with a 20-acre RV park on the easterly property. There's two 40-acre parcels. And I want to talk to you about that westerly piece for a moment. Even though we're rezoning all 80 acres, the goal is to not build commercial on that southerly half of the westerly piece. But there's no mechanism in the code to say, well, we're going to do that now and come to you and say, well, we're just going to do residential on the back of that property. There's no mechanism in the development code to do that. So we have to zone the whole thing, this use, and then back it off later back to residential. Because that westerly 40 acres, the whole south end of that is residential, again, for buffering. There's no plans at all on that westerly parcel. Our only plan is for that easterly parcel, and Plan 1 is for Phase 1. So they spoke about everything else. I think I'm good. I think you understand the project well enough. You have any questions for me at this point?
Gentlemen. The applicant. Do you have questions?
I do.
Go ahead, sir.
This is pretty ambitious. I got a couple of questions. I am an RVer, and I belong to a couple of RV resorts. Is this going to be affiliated with Is it going to be a membership park, or is it just?
No. However, once we get into this thing, right, 1,000 Trails will approach us or vice versa.
I belong to a couple of those organizations, and this would be a perfect membership park.
Correct. My parents sold their house and lived in their RV for 15 years and traveled the country.
Yeah. Depending on which organization you go with, is be able to, what I could, right now you're not affiliated.
No, not at all.
No KOA, nothing like that.
Not at this point, no. It's just a private venture we're trying to put together and see if we can get this thing through you guys and start down the road of trying to develop this thing. It's a monumental task to build this project.
I can see that. With all the amount of RVs that go down to 40, and this is halfway between everything.
This is a great location for an RV park, as you just pointed out.
Yeah.
Further questions?
And the Interstate 40
Other ones for him?
couldn't be better.
No, I have no other questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So can you be more specific on the number of spaces that you're looking at?
No, I can't. So what I have right now shown is close to 300 on the 40 acres, right? I'm thinking by the time it's all said and done, when reality steps in and I start seeing my topography, right, I'm going to probably cut close to half of them out of there. It looks great right now on paper, but I designed it as the world was flat, right? It's gonna change once we get technical and we start engineering this thing. So it'll come way down. I hope I answered that well enough.
I got one question. Are you going to accommodate just the traveler, or is this just strictly belong to an association?
No. This is a vacation RV resort. No membership.
But what about somebody coming down, they're tired and they want to pull off? Can they use your resort?
That's a good question. I mean, to live there, you mean?
There is a need.
There is a need for that.
Yeah.
So
if you have somebody that's driven a long ways in an RV, they're tired, they want to stop someplace. So
absolutely. No, this is that.
Okay,
you don't have to have a reservation. You can pull up and go, hey, you got a spot?
So it's not going to be locked out?
Not at all.
Okay, so it's not going to be like 1,000 trails you can't go in?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have a question, Commissioner Morse?
No.
Go ahead.
So have you, let's say you go 150 units, what size and type of sewer facility does that take? I mean, a septic is not going to
No,
work.
we're putting an advanced treatment system in. It actually treats all the effluent in one location. Like Shannon said, he built one for Topak over at the river there.
Where would that land on this site plan? Because I don't really see a spot for it.
It's not there. So that's part of, this is a great concept and it's close, but once my contours and reality hits me, it's like a concept car, right? By the time when you first designed this thing, it's beautiful.
So
and once it gets to production,
I don't mean to cut you off, but I'd really like to keep this to question, answer, because there's a lot of people that want to say. So do you have any further questions regarding that?
It looks like I think it's good. It looks like, I mean, as far as I can see, it's on the traffic.
As long as there's no other questions, I want to move right on and get the applicant squared away because like I said, there's a lot of people that want to speak.
Was there a neighborhood meeting?
I'm sorry?
Was there a neighborhood meeting?
There was. I didn't find out about it until last week after it happened.
No, I think she's meaning, did you as the applicants and the property owners present an opportunity for the neighborhood to come speak to you?
We had a consultant that works with the city or the county speak at that meeting. Is that correct, Shannon?
I'm sorry, is that what you were asking? Did they present an opportunity to come speak to them?
So no, that wasn't. When we sent the letters out, my number was on there, my name was on there. And I was not approached.
You're good. It's not a requirement. She was just curious.
No, I would like to, because I would like to answer a lot of these questions short this time today.
Totally understand. Thank you. Do you have a follow-up question?
Not yet.
Did any other commissioners have? This is why I wanted to keep the pace. No other questions for the applicant regarding this item? Okay. Can you three do me a favor? Pick a seat at the end, because I'm going to call all the rest of the people so they can come up and speak. And then I'm sure you'll be called back up to answer some other questions. Thank you. May I have Kathy Hicks to the podium, and then followed in with the seating up front would be Glenda Rapp. This says support the item but not wishing to speak. Do you not want your, oh, okay, good. So then Michelle, I'm sorry, Drewall. Yep, if you could grab a seat there. Phyllis Beers. Phyllis, going one. Oh, you here? All right, if you could grab a seat up front. Richard Beers, seat up front, and Andy Weatherly, seat up front, please. Go ahead, ma'am.
Good morning, Honorable Chairman, Commissioners. My name is Kathy Tackett Hicks. I was the individual who attended that meeting on Saturday. The property owners owe me. I was not part of the initial application for this or the initial conceptual plan, but they did find out late last week that a meeting was scheduled. They wanted to be there and couldn't. I spoke with them, I think on Thursday afternoon. It was a scheduled meeting for Saturday. I agreed to show up. And it was great that I did. There were about 65 people in the room, of which probably close to 55 or 60 walking in were opposed to the project. But there was a tremendous amount of misunderstanding on some of the things. I did ask them why you did not contact the owner. I looked at the rezone. His number was on there. I don't know why they didn't do that. I would have suggested that if I came into the project early. They had several items though, but the items they're reasonable. They want to know about traffic issues, the wastewater, the things that we're talking about right now. It was reasonable. I thought the meeting went well. I mean, clearly I was this person and these people, but I still thought it was a good function. So what I think about this project, having looked at it, is the conceptual site plan has to be changed to match the topo, and the owners indicated that they will do that. They're going to provide buffer plans on the east side, and I think part of the south, and I'll talk more about it because I haven't been involved in that. That should be something that this project might want to do. I love the access for this project. It's right off the interchange. Okay, and you just go right down. It is wonderful in terms of traffic location for an RV center. And I've spoken with Bill Blake, for years, talking about developing this whole other half of Blake Ranch Road intersection for commercial uses. I also see that one of the property owners adjacent is another client that I have that does commercial. Can I have 1 more minute?
Yes.
Thank you. I see that the site has drainage considerations, and as part of an RV park, they're going to have to do a drainage study. They're going to have to look at the hydrology. They're going to have to drill 1 or 2 wells, like they said. They've got to do a transportation study. I do think the site is set up to accommodate this. The Du Bois is paved, which is nice. The interior roads will be paved. And I do support it. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Just one for clarification for the commissioners. Who organized this meeting?
It was set up by local individuals. So when I showed up, they gave me a list of 11 questions that they wanted answered, which I thought was fine. They're normal. What are you going to do with wastewater? They had issues on the zoning designation. How could you possibly put this zoning in this location? But this is actually a CRE zone, which is quasi-commercial residential. I do think it fits nicely. So they had this. I am aware that they had petitions, hanging at the post by the mailboxes for people to sign on people's fences. When I asked how many people received a letter from Shannon, I think 3 people raised their hands. So this was a community-wide thing that kind of spread like firewire, fire, without understanding the project.
Got it. Thank you very much for the
thank
clarity.
you.
Michelle?
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is, do you need my address?
Name and address, please.
Okay. Michelle Drell, 9248 East Bay Drive, Kingman.
Thank you.
I'm a resident directly in front of where the subdivision part is going to go, or proposed to go. And I respectfully ask that the Planning and Zoning Commission to deny this request to rezone the property for commercial recreation and an RV resort. I'm not a good public speaker, I'm sorry.
You're doing great. Keep going.
My family chose to live in this area because it's rural, quiet, residential, and low density. We live on a 10-acre residential property with the expectation that the surrounding land would maintain compatible with the rural character of the community. An RV resort is not compatible with that character. One of the biggest concerns is water, which you're going to hear a lot, so I'm not even going to focus on that. With the residents in our area, we do depend on wells. I have a well, and many homeowners are already worried about long-term water sustainability. An RV resort, going fast, let me go. Let me skip, I'm sorry. Another major concern is traffic and safety. Rural roads in this area were not designed for constant RV traffic, commercial vehicles, and increased congestion. And then there's also light pollution. Sorry, I really wrote this for 2 minutes. And then a commercial RV resort would introduce security lights, vehicle lights. Okay, I got to get to this important part. I'm a home health nurse in our community. I'm the home health nurse out there. EMS coming out there has been a problem. On 2 occasions, I have had to do CPR waiting for either the ambulance to get there or the helicopter. And it takes too long, and to put more people out there, more traffic, it's not safe. It isn't.
Thank you very much. Can I just ask you one quick question? Were you at the meeting?
I had to work. My husband was there, though, and he's
Did you reach out to the applicants for any of these concerns?
I did not.
Okay, thank you very much. Phyllis?
Good morning.
Good morning.
A little bit about myself. You
Can
may
we start
tell,
with your address?
Phyllis Beers, 10730 East Old Highway.
Thank you very
93,
much.
Kingman. A little bit about myself, which you may tell, I still have my Jersey accent. My husband and I bought our property in the area in 2014. We moved from New Jersey to here for medical reasons. We like this particular area because of the solitude, the beautiful scenery. We realized it was a very big change in lifestyle. Of course, in New Jersey, we had municipal water, sewer. Somebody came and hauled our trash. They took care of our streets. We don't have that out there. It takes, as I was told when I moved here from New Jersey, takes a certain kind of person to live out there. And it's a different lifestyle. We depend on each other when we need each other, but we like to be private. We bought the area because it was residential and agricultural. If I myself wanted to open a business, I wouldn't look to buy residential and agricultural area. I would look to buy commercial. These people, and nothing against you personally, you're coming into an area that is already established, that has a certain way of life, and you're going to be bringing outsiders into our area, on our streets. And I'm sorry, Dubois is not a highway, as you referred to it. It's a small paved road. If you have an RV on it, it's going to hold up traffic because it's not wide enough for it.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Richard?
My name is Rich Beers, 10730 East Old Highway 93, Kingman. Our mail location is 5 miles away from our house. We have to, and there's only one way to get to the mailboxes, and that's through Dubois. Anybody that's from Blake Ranch Road at Dubois cannot get their mail. If something happens at the RV park, like she said, the road is not wide enough for a RV and a truck. Has anybody ever been up there? Has anybody seen it? The location? And it's not flat. There's a wash. So we don't go out and get our mail every day. And when it's monsoon season, we can't get our mail because of the wash. The road floods. And what happens if somebody wants to get cattle? It's free range. Where the cattle? Are they gonna stop, are they gonna put a guard up? Will the cattle be able to run free? Anybody?
We're not allowed to answer questions. My apologies.
But that's what and crime, the mailbox is wide open, right at the, on Blake Ranch Road. It's just wide open. What about mail theft? There's gonna be all kinds of strangers, traffic. So it's just gonna ruin the whole property out there. All right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
You're more than welcome to go back to your seat now. Thanks. Andy?
Morning. Andy Weatherly, 1005 East Tiger Tail Drive, Kingman.
You?
Right close to where this site is going to be, there's a couple of concerns. Not only the traffic that's going to be there, there's also 2 school bus stops there, elementary and high school, right by the mailboxes they were talking about. Has anybody considered relocating? Are we going to have to dodge the RVers to get our kids there safely? It's going to be pretty congested to add even more. And of course, you already know all the other concerns, the dust, the water, the sewage, the traffic, the UTVs that are going to be out there beating up our already degraded roads. Perhaps this is not the place to have an RV park.
Thank you very much. May I please have John Lutensky, Juliet Starr, Ronald Nyberg, and Joe Jurol? Sorry. Who's going to go?
Juliet's not here. I don't know how she got signed in.
Well, that's a great question, because I'd like to know how 4 people want to yield their time to her if she's not here.
We requested, because we knew we all had 2 minutes at that meeting, which was not directed by any one individual. We had short notice.
Gotcha. So Juliet is not present?
Not present, and I know that we might want me or some of the other folks to have her time. She's very concerned. We got a text this morning.
Hold on, let me slow you down. As long as there's someone wanting to speak and they're going to yield the time, I'll allow it, but a lot of these people signed up for her. So let's start here. John Lutensky.
I've had 3 people yield their time to me.
Okay, you're John?
Yes.
Okay, so before you get started, I just need to see a hand. Rue Ornelas? Okay. Ellen Kelby? Okay. All right. You're on the clock. Well, when you start, you are. So name and address, 6 minutes.
My name is John Lutensky. I live at 11290 East Sand River Ranch Road, and my neighbor and I named Hidden Valley some 25, 35 years ago that these people live off of. I want to apologize up front. I don't have a speech. I don't have notes. But I would like to bring up a point about fiduciary duty that you have to our neighborhood, to our people, not to businesses, not to job ventures. This is rural agriculture. I've been there for many years. I maintain the roads. I want to stress the fact that if you were to go to Petro and ask them for something to drink, they would ask you, would you like a chaser with your arsenic? Part of the problem we have there are several wells in the area, and I mean several wells, are not usable all year long. When you put in a commercial well, they plan on putting in 2 of them. What's that going to do to our water table? When I have to go down below 1,000 feet, and they tell me I have to go to 1,200 feet, who's going to pay for that? I'm a senior. I don't need to deal with stuff like that when I don't have accessible income anymore. I'm on fixed income, and so are the people around me. What happens when 150 or 350 RVs top off with water before they go to the canyon? What's that going to do to our water table? And then they're going to leave us a little present of their black water that's going to get worked on and fixed. The area is rural residential. Coming in and doing this, what about the light? Oh, we're going to have lights that shine down. Yes. And then from my house, when I go out at night to see the stars, what I'm going to see is a dome radiating from the area. Nobody's going to help me with that, or the wildlife, or what I had years ago. I am there alone, and all I have are neighbors to help. I don't need an RV park in the area that is going to decimate our water and our wildlife, injure cattle. A cattle guard doesn't stop cattle. If they want, they will get in the way of RVs. But most importantly, that water table that we have out there is, when I first moved in 35 years ago, I had an old timer tell me, "Sonny, we fight over women." And I said, "Yes." He said, "But we kill over water." All those people are dead now. But you have people here that if you threaten their water, they are not going to be reasonable. I've already been told by mining companies, "Oh, if we drop your water table below 1,000 feet, it's up to you to drill it, re-drill your well." Kennecott, Rio Tinto, how many people am I forced to deal with? I would like the board to be responsive to the citizens of the ones you make a decision, they get the ramifications. They deal with the problems. They deal with the school buses, the traffic, the light. But I can't stress it enough. The water problem out there is a problem. We have it right here in town. A few more people move in here, we are really going to have a water problem. A few more people out there, we're really going to have a water problem. I just cannot understand, if they want to do this venture, do it in a commercial zone. We have plenty of commercial property here for them to do it, and they can landscape it and do whatever they want. They're moving into a residential, a fixed residential area. It's been there for years. I've been there for years. My neighbors have been there for years. Du Bois, or whatever the name of it, it's only partially paved. It's only paved a way because it's a country road. It's not a highway. They start out with blacktop and then it goes dirt. I know, I help maintain the roads out there. I would just like you to keep it in mind that this is rural, it's country. We did not fall out of an airplane and land out there. We drove 20, 30 miles outside of town, so we didn't have to deal with this. I'm 20 miles out of town. I went out there on purpose. It wasn't an accident. I helped Bill Blake donate that land for that school out there, and those poor kids are subjected to that arsenic in the water. And there's more, and everybody knows when the water table drops, the sediments, the mud, the silt, the arsenic all get stronger and heavier and thicker. And those wells have to shut down. If they can't pump it, they can't drink it. And if they can't drink it, their well is just a waste of time. They've already got a pathway of delivery trucks of water out there during the year when our wells shut down. And seeing 2 more wells go in.
Thank you very much, sir. Joe? Before you get started, can I just raise your hand? Rick, you can go back and sit down now. Thank you very much. Rick Mars? Raise your hand. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see it. Thank you. Anna Nyberg? Bill Earnshaw? Charles Gilbert? Oh, okay. Cora Mars? Oh, you good? Okay. 12 minutes.
I don't know if I need that much time.
Perfect.
I'm Joe Drawl. I live at 9248 East Bay Drive. It's marked on this map as Roper. It's Bay Drive. Roper turns into Bay. I'm directly adjacent from the subdivision. And it's just, it ain't gonna work for us. So we've came out here as our forever home, and this isn't gonna, it's not gonna work for me. If this gets passed, we have to leave. We just can't, we can't live like this. We are campers too. We camp a lot. We camp in state forest because we can't stand being in a campsite because they're so loud. They smell like sewer, and we just don't want to be around that. That's why we leave the country to go to even more country. But our big issue is water. From what I see, my well, I've been here 9 years. My well has dropped 11 feet in 9 years, which 11 feet, I mean, it's a lot. I've went through there's not a whole lot of history in the wells in the area. So I went within 3-4 miles around, and the historical ones are pretty old. They're not rechecking these yearly. I checked mine when I moved here, and I checked it last year when I rebuilt my pump. But I have several well numbers, and these are all within a mile. And we see 11-foot drop on one. I've seen 120-foot drop on one between DW Ranch and Blake Ranch, which is probably a 5-6 mile away well. And that's an old well. That was the second time it was checked was 97. So the state doesn't do a lot, and I've went to all of them. There's no historical data. For a living, I work as an erosion control specialist. I work with industrial sites, commercial sites, residential sites, and I do BPMs on our property, so stormwater doesn't leave. I maintain all of our roads with a neighbor. I've bought equipment to maintain our roads, and it is a chore. Every time we have a rain, I'm stuck there for 2 days. I rent a grader off Bill Blake, a couple times a year, and to fix our roads. That road is going to be used by the subdivision, and the county has never worked on that road, so I've taken on my own. And I don't think I can keep up with the traffic supplying this. I think they need to stay at 10-acre sites. Follow the rules that we all followed. I moved out here, my kids all live in Indiana, and I can't give them a piece of property because I have a 10-acre site, and that's all I'm going to have. I would love my family to be here, but I don't want to break the rules. And it seems like everybody else can break the rules. So that's my water spiel, but and I worry about the flooding through there because there's so much flooding when it does flood. I mean, it might be 5 years you won't see anything, and you'll see this thing. It looks like a salt river. And I do want to add, I called Shannon. I called Kathy twice, left a voicemail, and I've got zero response. I don't know if you guys heard those, but I called Kathy yesterday. So I have a lot of interest in this. And I think if the board, or if whoever approves it, they're going against the whole community that lives out there. It's just not fair to us. We worry about noise in the campground. I mean, everybody's pulling, I have one too, diesel trucks. Every time we go camping, there's a diesel truck sitting there idling for an hour, and that's why we don't go. We don't go to campgrounds because of it. I would love to own a swimming pool at my house, and I have chose not to because I worried about the water problem that we have, so I've not aided in that. And they're going to have a pool and a hot tub, and from what my math is, and I know their site's going to get smaller, if they had 318 sites, the national average when people are on full hookups are between 50 and 100 gallons a day per site. And I know when I stayed at campgrounds, I left with a full tank, 125 gallons every time. I just left with the water, so I went to the next site in case they don't have water. And I think you'll see this commonly, but if you take the 50, or if you take 75 gallons a day per site, that's 24,000 gallons a day. And that's not including the subdivision, and that's not including the commercial front sites. They say they're not going to do anything with it right now. As soon as this is approved, it's going to open a door to do all of it. And we can't have it. I can't have it. Our road, at the end of our road is some great trails for off-roading. We do it ourselves. People travel from all around to do Moss Wash and go up to the mansion and all that. This campground is going to be full of razors, and they're going to be up and down our roads that we can't maintain. And that's another issue I have. I didn't see any retention basins on their property. They basically, when Kathy was talking about it, hey, we have to accept the water that comes through as an erosion, and we have to let it go out. My job is to treat water. On a construction site, they're all paved. We use permeable pavers, so some of the groundwater goes back through the ground. It doesn't always have to be all of it, but some of it does. There's a lot of design issues. I think they're pretty rough, but there's a lot of design issues I see right now. There's no retention basins. There's nothing to slow down any erosion. There's other concerns. I don't know a lot about valley fever. I didn't do any research. That was a big concern among the community. It was valley fever. It was up 250% if this starts. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Oh, and Du Bois. Du Bois is not paved. It is chip and seal. It's very thin, and as soon as they put some heavy traffic on it, it is going to blow that road apart. It will never maintain it. And it's only paved up till about the end. They're going, well, a little further than where they're stopping their site. But I think that's an issue. That's kind of, an electrical grid. I know they have to do improvements, and I know that's going to be looked at. When we lose power, we lose power. It's for a long time. We've went days without power, and we use our camper. Our camper's set up right now. If we lose power, we can go in our camper. They say they're not going to be running generators. If I had a campground and I had that big thing, I would have backup generators. That's me. So I don't know how they're going to address those issues because power outages are really common. Petro gets it. They're a commercial building. They're not better than all of us. They lose power, they're shut down. And I think that's going to be an issue also. That's all I got, guys.
Thank you very much.
Give my next minutes to the next guy.
Perfect. Ronald Nyberg. So before you get started, can I just see no, come on up. You're good. Jody Ornelas. Okay. John Culp. Richard Goodpasture. Ellie Heckman. Okay. Richard Snow. All right. Austin Gratton. Yep, thank you. David Pomeroy. Perfect. Go ahead, sir. Name and address. 16 total.
Ronald Nyberg, 1108 South McCarroll. On that same Dubois frontage road. We've been there for years. So I have so many concerns. I think the pressing one, and I know normally you pass it off to the water department, and normally that is quite adequate. This is kind of a very multi-layered water situation. Currently, the industrial quarter, most of the inhabitants depend on Blake Ranch water. Not so far away, their well for backup. When Petro goes down, when Love's goes down, these places, their way of staying in business is Blake water. Okay, also the Petro well, when it goes down, the school goes home. No school without water. They lose school days. As you know, school attendance days and funding are big, and they don't have any recourse. I've talked to the principal. She is concerned. They have arsenic warnings listed on their front door, and children are going to school there. And it's been an apparent issue, as noted before, for years. Our arsenic content is very high. Okay, in the last few years, the government has increased restrictions on uranium content, and Blake had to go back in and do extra work to get that under control. These other wells in the local area, the uranium is a tough thing. It's tougher than arsenic. Both are tough. Our water, these water tables are already exhibiting stress. Okay, when they break down, they're running to to Blake, excuse me, to get their water as backup, and actually it gets delivered by Blake. Okay, what happens if Petro breaks down and it's backing up by Blake? Now Love's goes down, which they've backed up before. Quite a long backup time, I might add. Many of us in the local area, myself included, we do haul our water. And I appreciate with great vigor filtered RO water from the Blake well. It's the only thing around. I personally would not even invest in a well because of the uranium and arsenic issues. For livestock, maybe. For myself, not really. So this is all in risk with cascading situation. By the way, our water table, okay, one point that they brought up, we didn't invite them to the meeting. We had a knee-jerk reaction. And many of us, we through this meeting that the school gracefully let us use, horrible venue, echoes, it was embarrassingly, you couldn't hear nothing. And the main purpose of that was to get information to be prepared to talk to you folks today. And we've made some gains in that regard, but do we have it all that where we feel comfortable? No way. Okay, so I did try to get a continuance to keep getting more information because the cascading effect upstream, all of this property is upstream. The water table is an alluvial fan going downstream from the mountain, not a water table like in these broad valleys. And once you hit bedrock, that's the end of your basin that's going to hold water. Now, once you get down, as the other guy mentioned, you start seeing signs of silt in your water, your veins and your pumps start wearing out, and your production per minute goes down, and the treatment all of a sudden needs extra treatment because it's got silt. Sometimes the petrol well, they've gone in, and they break down pretty much every year, but the petrol well is at this level. The veins are wearing out faster because the sediment loads are higher. This wears out the veins, even though you've got water, it's got all this crap in it, works like an abrasive, wears out the veins, and they have to do things. Now, that's an early warning sign. They're hitting the bottom, in my mind, and I'm not an expert. I don't want to be an expert. I did, just to help me learn, I did a AI thing with the Duck app. It ran for a while, and it did manage to find, I don't know where it found it, drawdown studies during high usage on, I didn't figure out which well, but one of the wells in the immediate area, high volume well, high production, the recovery rate on that test took between 20 and 40 hours. Now, this happens every year as far as that water drawdown. The Blake well faces water drawdown too. I don't know about the veins on their pump, but the water drawdown. I show up at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on a hot day, a high water use day. I see a little sign on the fence. Come back tomorrow, water's gone. You drove from Willow Creek, you don't have a well, you don't have a friend that's a neighbor with a well, you drove 25 miles, your stock, your animals need water, you need water. Go home. Come in the morning. Out for the day. You drive back 25 miles. In the morning, you drive back to get it because your animals need water. This isn't a place in the city where we got comfortable temperatures. Horses without a water is an evil thing. I'm sorry. I'm a bit emotional. This could cascade affecting all of these wells, even if they don't go down, and it just goes to lower volume. Is this cascade going to affect these other two big commercial wells, Petro and Blake? Are they all going to tumble? If the well breaks at Love's, and they are currently backing them up quite a while, that they backed up Love's last time, quite a while that we were told, don't come late in the afternoon, come in the morning. We worked around it. Sometimes they would say, you normally haul 800 gallons. Please, only get 500. Okay? So this is not a last year issue. This issue has gone on for years. Now it's slowly getting worse. The breakdowns at Petro and Love's old equipment, I have no idea. They are getting more frequent. Now, just for your information, Blakewell is the water source for the Ranger Park, Wallapai Mountain County State Park. Their little office up there, their little homes, that's where the water comes from. That is delivered up there. So we've got, normally, this is not really your issue, and if this was normal and we had a flat water table and we didn't have this alluvial recovery time coming down the hill, I wouldn't even be here. I don't feel at ease with talking with everybody, but it's my responsibility to my animals, neighbors, future. What's going to be in 5 years? Water usage we know is going to go up. The drought, it's continuing. There is not an appearance of a let-up. The water studies that they did on the well that the AI pulled up found somehow, I don't know, thank you for, anyway. Are those valid nowadays? Were those tests done during a favorable part of the year? I don't know. Are those tests even valid? The 20 to 40 hour recovery, quote, with high usage. Now, at a lower pumping value, the recovery times are faster. So it is not an easy answer. I've been trying, now, the meeting, we did not have warning. The last day, those residents, those victims, I call them victims because they are, they got the letter the last day they could get the letter when you have your perimeters for when these things need to be delivered. They got it on the last day. They didn't get it a week early. I found about the meeting that they were uninvited to. It wasn't they were uninvited. We were scrambling. And we were making our best effort to grab information to make an educated decision. We don't have that today. In my opinion, from what my findings, we don't have that. I really would appreciate if you continued it so we can continue to get that information. But, I'm talking on there are so many issues here. The flood, what you don't know about those two washes. Okay, the lot they're talking about, they don't know, you don't know. That is a part of the Beale Trail. Us in the local area have hiked and walked and enjoyed that for years. Okay, so I know intimately that trail that goes right through that lot. And I know that it's not in your to say, hey, whatever, it's not an issue here. But at the same time, because of it being of use for years, we all know, or most of us are very familiar with the topographic nature of that particular lot. Now, the flood headwater, the upstream of the backwash, is a massive headwater upstream. That wash, we know, is subject to flash floods. Now, the freeway adequately put 2 culverts under the freeway. The closer lot, where their entrance, I should say, the closer flood drain, very close to the entrance of the proposed park, all around there you'll see signs, do not enter when flooded. There's a number of these signs that you can see right from the front of where they're talking about coming into the park. Okay, that one has a bigger problem, not from flash flood. Here's the problem. The freeway build did not really, I guess, get the headwater flow area right. They have 1 culvert. Now, as much as the upstream into that, sometimes I've been there waiting for it to clear, the water in the road's this deep, and half of the problem is the headwater, of course, but the other half of the problem, we really have a dam there. It can only drain so fast. Sure, a small rain, perfect, but these bigger monsoon effect rains, No, we got a problem. It's backing up deep and standing on the road, and it does move pretty fast. The other wash, however, does not exit his land. It exits through Rick's land next door. It could take your car off the road and kill you. We have had in the area 2 years ago a flash flood victim. This was not a naive new resident. The weather, that pattern there, pushed between Wallapai Mountain and this mountain range to the south of there. Monsoon season comes up, weird weather happens. I've never seen it anywhere else in my life. It squeezes the water out because you got a big mountain, you got a little lower mountain, you got this valley. The punch can be so hard. I know this sounds ridiculous, but on my ranch, I have seen water went so hard I can't see the ground, I can't see my fingers. Not long, 10, 15 seconds, but the flood from a 3-minute rain can be this deep, and to breathe, I'm doing this. Okay, so these floods could be very small, 100 yards, 200 yards across, and boulders this big rolling out of the edge. So, and that's the first time I ever saw that. This mountain range placement creates weather that, quite frankly, I didn't know could exist. And now another thing, these winds. I've been knocked to the ground by a 10-second wind. These flash winds that we hear about in the news, I didn't understand and realize. Okay, what happened to me? Pretty still. I'm walking my barn, 125 feet. Wasn't even thinking wind. Okay, the big wind hit so hard it took me down. I put welts up to my knees. The wind stopped so fast, the welts stopped at my knees as I was falling down. I picked myself up off the ground to find welts all the way from knees down, and from up, I'm just no welts. So it hit that fast, it went away that fast. The weather is of serious concern because of the mountain squeeze point. Okay, so let me get back on point, I'm sorry. Okay, so number one, the water. Number two, the buffer zone arrangement on the south of the freeway, as you may well know, we kind of expect a 5 AR zoning before we go to a more intensive use. Not 50 feet. My God, I can throw a rock that far. That's not a buffer zone. And at that, now I understand at the meeting at the school, everybody got a little bit off center because nobody could hear. Everybody was on edge. It was high emotions. We had 4 days notice to throw that together. I'm sure we looked like a horse's ass. Okay, I was so frustrated. The point, getting information. You couldn't hear, this is beautiful. Okay, you couldn't hear anything. I was so frustrated. I was embarrassed. I know they were frustrated when they did manage to show up. Had I had more time, I would have invited them to all be there. It's their deal. They don't understand the danger of that wash and the potential death. That a local lived there 20 years. He got taken down the wash. His truck got buried this deep in dirt. The neighbor found him. This was 2 years ago. I've got the story here. I've got the buried truck picture here if you wish to see. And so that's that flash flood weather event. The lady that found him buried, by the way, her lot didn't have rain. That's how small and localized and dangerous these are. Okay, the weather is just... It's enough to make you rattle your head. A friend of mine in the back of his yard, a torrent. The front of his yard, sunny day. I mean, he lives on a hill. But you see what I'm saying? This is an additional risk factor to this area. Now, so let me get back on point. I'm sorry. Okay, so some of this...
Thank you very much, sir.
Am I good? I'm done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you for this opportunity. It's wonderful to be able to speak with clarity, and I really wish...
Alberto Hernandez.
Thank you.
Thank you. You wish to speak? Come on down. Can I get R.M. Ornelas seated up front, and then Tammy Nolan seated up front? Are you here? Going once? Well, unfortunately, Juliet Starr is not in.
Found out Juliet wasn't coming. Myself and another gentleman walked up there and we took our time. Got
it. Okay. Go ahead, sir.
How you doing? Good morning. Alberto Hernandez, 10073 East Old Highway 93. I could reiterate what everybody said about, traffic, weather, water, and all that. I understand the gentleman has great idea. That's a beautiful RV park. You got the money. If I had the money, I'd be doing the same old thing, right? But what I'd be doing different is thinking about the community and the people around it. It hurts because it just moved down here from Chicago about a year and a half ago, and it's a beautiful area. And like one of the gentlemen said, I didn't move into town because I didn't want to see, go through all that traffic and all the people around it, so that's why we moved out here. Another thing, when we first started the meeting, I heard the gentleman, Mr. Kirkman, talking about, he's RVing and, how he loves it. And at the same time, you're giving him ideas on, how he should do things and make it a membership, place. And I see where he's going with this. I know where his vote is going to. And it's a shame because I know he cares about people. He's got a family. He cares about people, and I'm sure he does. But when you start talking about, giving him ideas on what to do, and he never thought about it, I can see him getting a lifetime membership for him and his family and friends. And that's not okay to hear because you guys are here for us, and fighting for us, making sure we're okay. It's a rural area. It's away from the city, away from the town, away from a lot of people, and that's how it should and stay. It's people already live there. When the gentleman says, they got the school buses coming down, my kids go to high school, my other son goes to Cedar Hills school. So with a lot of people being there, it's dangerous, right? I mean, it's not safe, and safety is another issue for the kids.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. No one else has signed up to speak. Are there any questions from commissioners for the applicant or staff regarding this item?
I got a comment.
As long as it's not regarding that comment.
No,
Okay.
it's not. I see a lot of questions on both sides. I think if you had a meeting with the residents, the owners, and maybe a couple of people from our staff, it would probably be beneficial to postpone this until that happens. That's what I was thinking.
Ma'am, did you want to speak? No, hold on. Come on down. Name and address. Did you already sign up to speak?
No, I gave my minutes.
Oh, she gave
Okay, so if you've already yielded your time, unfortunately, that window has closed. You're more than welcome to speak at call to the public, though, which is shortly from...
This is a very, very quick comment,
Ma'am?
and it's
Ma'am?
my husband, Ron Nyberg.
And clearly that's irrelevant. Go
Failed
ahead.
to mention this. I just want to make a comment if I could.
You're already there, yes.
Thank you. This is regarding valley fever, a huge, huge health issue in this area. A detailed study I submitted a lot of opposition letters and things to your commission yesterday and the day
Ma'am,
before.
please.
But there's a huge study that I sent out. Someone did it. It poses serious health problems to people and animals in the area. This area is a huge horse property area, very, very dogs, other livestock that could be compromised.
Thank you very much. I am very familiar. I think a lot of us are very familiar. I remember that as a kid growing up in Mojave Valley and things like that. So I appreciate
Thank you
your
for
time.
letting me
Thank you.
speak.
Yep. All right. Any other questions from commissioners for the applicant or staff regarding this item?
I don't have a question, but I have something to say.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think that these people want to come and disrupt your lives. I don't think that's the kind of people they are. So I agree that I think that you need to have a meeting so that you all can talk reasonably and see if there's some way that you can come to an amicable conclusion.
Hold on, please. Everyone got their time respected and got to speak. You need to allow the commissioners to make comments as well. Go ahead, sir.
I think they should have a meeting with, like you say, where everybody can understand each other, and it takes more than a couple of days ahead of time. They should be a couple of weeks where they can get, this contaminants of the water, I think, should be a concern. I should have more information on that. As far as the wash goes, that can all be served. If you ask staff, if they apply for a permit, all these problems are going to be taken care of. The wash, the lighting, the walls, the buffers, all this will be taken care of. But I think the water is a concern with the contaminants. If they're really that bad, that should be brought up at their meeting and made real clear if there is any contaminants in it. Are they going to use the same water for the as far as the well going dry and whatever, it goes down, and they do mud in, you can get down, you can always spring it and get a little bit more water out of it. So as far as the well goes, the depth is a concern, but I think they should have their meeting.
Thank you. Commissioner?
Comment to make on that. We've been sitting here listening to, water contamination, sediment contamination in the wells out there. And while I certainly can't speak to the specifics on what the wells produce, and they shouldn't produce high arsenic if you're drinking this potable water, and they shouldn't have sediment in them. But to lend some perspective, the arsenic level in safe drinking water forever was 50 parts per billion. And then all of a sudden everybody had to go scrambling sometime around 2008-ish because it was lowered to 13 parts per billion. And I'm not even questioning whether that was the right thing to do or not. I suspect it was. The EPA had their best interests of the United States in mind when they did that. But, when people talk about arsenic in wells, it sounds a lot worse, at least in my mind, than it really ought to be viewed because it can be treated. There are all kinds of ways to treat it. They do it in Golden Valley all the time. It's, even at your house, there are things you can do to treat for arsenic. You can have, and I know one of my fellow commissioners, Commissioner Bradshaw would possibly be familiar with this, the point of use systems you can do. You can do that for arsenic. You can do that for radon and uranium isotope contamination. They've got what's called a point of use system up in Centennial Park, I believe, which is consists of a series of water softeners and at least my understanding of it. I don't have a really in-depth knowledge of it other than it exists, and some sort of carbon filtration, etc. So there's all kinds of things to do. It's not that the water is not unusable. It should be treated. It shouldn't be contaminated with arsenic, but it's also not the end of the world if it is. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you very much. So, is there any other comments or questions from commissioners on this item?
Chairman?
Right. Yes.
Commissioner Rookie has a comment.
Oh, go ahead.
I do not support a postponement. I am yes if a motion is made to approve. I do not support a postponement. I am a yes if a motion is made to approve. So he's okay if you approve it.
Yeah, well, we're getting there. We're almost there. For those of you who are unaware, and legal and Matthew, please stop and correct me if at any point I'm wrong in this statement. The only reason this commission sits here, we're all volunteers, we're not paid to be here, except for mileage. So all we have to do is changing of zoning, and the staff, the county staff, has determined that the zoning change regarding this particular property falls into the criteria to allow the property owners to rezone. This does not give them the right to start development. This doesn't, it is a beautiful park, but it could be a pipe dream. So all this is doing is allowing them to flip the zoning on their property and potentially have this development. We do not have the ultimate authority. Your board of supervisors, the ones that you vote for and who they place us here, they're the ones who have higher authority than us to just completely deny this. But at the end of the day, there is a lot more than what's happening today that those people are going to have, the property owners are going to have to go through to even have this thing come to fruition. I would be willing to bet that it's probably 6 months to a year if this was to get approved, just to go through the process of the potential to develop this. Significantly more work goes into this that has nothing to do with this commission. The one thing that we are here to do is to obviously listen, which I'm glad we did, and I thank you for all of your concerns, but to look solely at the ability to rezone this and if it meets the parameters in which the staff has decided that it does. So I want you to know that regardless of where this vote goes here in a couple of minutes, I would encourage you to continue to have these talks with your supervisors, whether you reach out to them and you go to their offices or you come to another meeting or you do something. There is a higher governing authority over us volunteers than what's going to happen today. So, with that being said, I would like to close the public hearing and entertain a motion on item 11. Rugi does not have a motion on the table. He has just pushed forth, or maybe he is making a motion, but I'd like to entertain a motion on item 11. Is it correct that Rugi is not putting forth a motion? He just already cast his vote?
He said he's a yes if a motion is
If
made.
a motion, but he does not want to make a motion. Is that correct?
Now he says he's making a motion to approve.
Okay, so there is a motion on the table. Is there a second? Motion dies. Well, that doesn't mean it's done. Hold on. I'm sorry, there's no further conversation. Public hearing has been closed. Is there a motion? The first one has died. Is there a motion on the table for item 11? There's been commissioners' comments from 3 different individuals of postponing and doing scheduled meetings, so let's not stay quiet, gentlemen.
I'll make a motion to delay this until they can put together a meeting with the developer, the public, and a couple of people from our
staff.
Excuse me. Yeah, thank you. And probably postpone it until the meeting in July.
So the motion is to continue until the July meeting. With the requirement of applicant and community involvement.
Right.
Okay. There's a first, there's a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. I don't even know where that came from. Unfortunately, no, I do apologize, you can't, but I would encourage you to stay till after the meeting, and then you can. But right now is not the proper venue or time to do that. My apologies. Item 12, annual election of chair and vice chair. Is that, you want to accept nominations? You got to nominate and then you vote, is that correct? Bingo.
I nominate our current chair and vice chair to be the chairman and vice chair for the next year.
Second.
Okay, well, I think that's done. High five.
Motion.
Item 13, commissioners' comments.
Commissioner Hassett, we do want.
Oh, you want a
Motion
formal,
second,
okay,
we do
got
want
it.
to vote.
Yeah, look at this. Legal starting to twitch. All right.
Well, yeah, we probably actually need a motion as opposed to
Motion, there is a motion. Is there a second?
I second it.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There you go.
Can I have a commissioner comment?
On to commissioner comment. Yes, ma'am.
I would like staff to possibly, we seem to be getting a series of manufacturing open lot storage requests. And I think that should be separated, or even ask the applicant if they have an intention of manufacturing, so that we as commissioners are more consistent in our recommendations, because I would hate to recommend this manufacturing open lot storage, and it seems that it's in residential areas, and I'd hate to see it being used as a backdoor to manufacturing.
Chairman Hassett, Commissioner Martin, so just so I understand the request, you would like, when somebody applies for that CMO zone, to identify if they plan on using the property for manufacturing or not?
Yes, and that we as commissioners stipulate
in our recommendation.
Okay, I will say, we can do that, we can ask that question of the applicants. We do try and put what the applicant has requested in the staff report and in the information. As a staff, when we look at these requests, we do look at the zoning request, the proposed use, as well as the other uses that are allowed within that same zone. And so the analysis that our staff does in looking at each item for those CMO zones, we do take into consideration the manufacturing uses that are allowed within that zone, which is light manufacturing. We do take that into consideration when we take a look at them. But we will continue to, one, make sure that we put that information in the staff report for what the applicant requests, and we can be more specific with the applicant and let them know that, we want to know everything that you plan to do so the commissioners have the best information available.
Because it appears that the majority of them are in residential areas. They're not, rarely are they abutting commercial. And I just don't want to see that used as a backdoor to manufacture.
Understood.
Well, I think that would also give us the opportunity, even if we don't put it on the application, it would give us the opportunity to question the applicant when they're here, and if they so choose not to show up, then it gets denied or postponed or continued or something along those
I
lines.
think then we're more consistent.
Yeah, because you can't, I mean, technically speaking, that zoning, you can't really, you'd have to literally have two different types of zonings, correct? If you're trying, because it's CMO, commercial manufacturing open lot storage is what they go for, right?
Chairman Hassett, yes, the zoning designation is CMO, so it allows for commercial manufacturing, which is a light manufacturing uses. I mean, people that are, furniture shops, things like that, that they're manufacturing in the sense that they're putting things together, but it's not like heavy industrial type uses. And then it also allows for that open lot storage element, which is typically something that we have in more of those heavy commercial and industrial type areas for that outdoor storage. And so that's why that zoning designation was created. It does allow for both. I think most of the time, the light manufacturing uses and the open lot storage uses go well together, which is why it is a combined use that we have. But we can certainly try and get as much information from applicants as we can on what their proposed uses are.
Any further commissioner comments? Nope. Call for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Sorry about that. Yep, nope, retracted. Call to the public. Come on, Kathy.
I just wanted to say one thing. The only reason I keep asking for CMO is the only zoning for open lot storage. So these last ones here, they just want to store things there. They want to put shade structures for RVs. It's the only zoning that allows the open space. So I don't know if there's a separate thing for that, but I just wanted you to know why it's coming from this side.
Right, no,
It's the
I
open
understand
lot,
that, but, they're two different things. Or can lead to two.
Many of the commercial manufacturing, if they're light, just like Matt said, they want an outdoor open storage element because they will store some things. It's a great zoning, but for this particular one I had, all we wanted was open lot storage. I mean, that's all the developer wanted. So this was the only zoning. Like if I could have done an agricultural residential with open lot storage, that might have been good. But this is across the street from a commercial, so it does make sense. But I just wanted you to know why we asked for it.
But it seems like we're getting a lot of that request.
I think we're getting away from call to the public.
Thank you.
Thank you. We can, from an interaction standpoint. Yes, sir, did you want to speak?
Yes, please.
Come on up.
There's just a pertinent amount of information that was left off. One of the reasons we're having the water problem and sediment and all the issues involved with it, the mining companies have been very active out there over the years, so I can give you all the names if you want them. But they've gone down below 5,000 feet with their well, getting their core samples. Just in my area alone, I can walk out my door and point to 6 wells in my just local area, and they've drilled over 30 wells. So they have disturbed our water table, and whatever we've had down below us has been disturbed by over 30 wells. And so I just thought maybe you guys should have that information. That's part of the problem with the residue sediments and disturbing what's down there. We talked to Kennecott, Rio Tinto, Belka, we've talked to all the mining companies and said, when you're going down below 5,000 feet, what do you think you're doing? Well, we're capping the wells, we're plugging them. But we don't know how long it takes after they've disturbed that many times, what they have to do to actually stop the disturbance, because it did affect our wells, and that's all. I thought you should have that information.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Drive safe.
Thank you guys for your time. I know you're not paid, and you take a lot of heat, but
Except for mileage.
Most of it is
but that, you couldn't pay me
in
to
Washington.
do this.
You gotta talk to somebody
Even if you
about
paid
that.
my mileage, you couldn't.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great day, sir. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn. First, second, all in favor. Meeting's over.
So there are some, if they use aggressive water, that they will